Ever feel like you're stuck, like in a rut, going through the motions, but not really, like living?
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
You're not alone, that's for sure.
Definitely not.
And today's deep dive is all about cracking the code to break free.
Okay.
We're going to use this really fascinating source to do it.
All right. I'm intrigued.
It's called The Code of Four, Unlocking the Secrets of Existence.
Unlocking the secrets of existence, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty ambitious.
That's a big promise.
I know. But it really is like a treasure map to a more fulfilling life.
Okay, a treasure map.
And we're going to decode it together.
Sounds good to me.
What I think is so cool about this Code of Four is that it doesn't offer just one solution.
Right.
It gives you like a whole framework for thinking about your life.
I like that, a framework.
It taps into this idea that's been around for centuries.
Okay.
This idea of a Code of Four that's like woven into the fabric of reality.
That's interesting.
Oh, it's pretty wild.
So where do we even begin with this?
Well, think about it this way.
Okay.
Ancient civilizations, they were obsessed with the number 4.
Really?
Egyptians, Greeks, Hindus, Chinese, you name it. They all saw this pattern reflected in nature.
Like what kinds of patterns?
Well, everything from the 4 elements to the 4 directions.
Ah, I see.
It's almost like they were onto something fundamental.
Yeah, like they knew a secret or something.
Right. About how the universe works.
Like a universal blueprint.
Exactly. And this source takes that concept, that ancient wisdom, and shows how it applies to our lives, like today.
So it's not just some ancient mumbo-jumbo.
Not at all. It all starts with this idea that we're not just physical beings, we're actually multidimensional.
Multidimensional, all right.
And that we're made up of what they call the 4 bodies.
4 bodies. Okay, now you've lost me.
I know it sounds kind of out there.
It does.
But stay with me.
Okay, I'm listening.
So think of it like this.
Okay.
You've got your physical body, right?
The one we can see and touch.
Exactly, the one we're all familiar with.
Right.
But beyond that, there's this thing called the emotional body.
Emotional body.
And it's basically like an energy field of your feelings and your moods.
Like an aura.
Yeah, kind of like that.
So like when you walk into a room and you instantly feel a certain vibe?
Yes.
Yes.
That's your emotional body picking up on the energy there.
Wow, I never thought of it like that.
And then there's the mental body.
Okay, the mental body.
The part of you that thinks and analyzes and makes decisions.
The thinking part.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And then last but not least, there's the spiritual body.
Okay, the spiritual body.
And that's the part of you that connects to something bigger than yourself.
Okay, so like a sense of purpose.
Or meaning, yeah.
That's pretty deep.
It is, right.
So we're like a whole orchestra, not just one instrument.
Exactly. And just like an orchestra needs each section to be in tune to create beautiful music, our 4 bodies need to be aligned for us to, thrive.
That makes sense.
So I want to try something here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you say your physical body is doing right now?
That's a good question.
Are you taking care of it? Feeling energized?
I think I'm doing okay, maybe like a 7.
Okay, 7, not bad.
Yeah, I could definitely be better about getting enough sleep.
What about your emotional body? How are your emotions?
My emotions. I think they're pretty balanced, maybe like an 8.
All right, 8, that's great.
I've been working on setting boundaries, which has really helped.
And how about your mental body? Is it sharp and focused or feeling scattered?
Well, with all this talk about the 4 bodies, my mind is definitely feeling stimulated.
I bet.
I'd say like a 9.
9, wow, you're on a roll.
What about you?
I'm feeling pretty good too.
Good.
Okay, last one. The spiritual body.
Okay, spiritual.
Do you feel connected to something larger or a bit lost?
I think I'm feeling pretty connected right now.
Me too.
It's good to be having this conversation.
Yeah, it's definitely sparking something. And, this source argues that a lot of our problems stem from these bodies being out of whack.
Out of whack, yeah, I could see that.
And to illustrate this, they tell this really incredible story about a monk named Li Shen, who was searching for enlightenment.
As monks do.
Right. But he was constantly feeling frustrated.
Oh, so even monks get stuck?
It's true. This is giving me hope already.
You too, actually.
So anyway, Li Shen, he meets this wise hermit.
A wise hermit.
Yeah,
Classic.
I know, right? And the hermit helps Li Shen realize that he's neglecting 3 of his 4 bodies.
3 of them?
Yeah, he was focusing solely on his physical body.
Through, like, meditation and stuff?
Yeah, rigorous practice, but he was neglecting his emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being.
So it wasn't just about physical discipline.
Right.
He needed a more holistic approach.
Exactly.
Interesting.
So the story goes on to say that Once Li Shen learned to cultivate all four bodies, he achieved, like, incredible things.
Like what?
Well, for instance, he was able to walk across hot coals without getting burned.
What? No way.
I know, it sounds crazy, right?
It does.
But it wasn't through, like, some magical power.
Okay.
It was through the sheer mental focus he had cultivated by mastering his mental body.
So mind over matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And he also developed this incredible empathy.
Okay.
And he was able to calm and comfort anyone he encountered.
Really?
And that was a testament to his mastery over his emotional body.
That's amazing.
It is, right? So we're not necessarily going to be walking on hot coals anytime soon.
Probably not.
But if this monk could achieve these feats by aligning his four bodies,
Yeah.
imagine what we could accomplish in our own lives.
I like that it's inspiring.
Right.
It is.
And it doesn't stop there?
There's more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
The code of four, it goes beyond these bodies
Okay.
and dives into the four elements.
Like fire, water, earth, and air.
Yeah, but not just as physical substances.
What do you mean?
This source presents them as energies that fuel our four bodies
Okay.
and influence our experiences.
Interesting.
So, for example, fire represents passion and willpower,
Okay, fire.
and it's connected to the mental body.
Mental body, all right.
And then water, that symbolizes emotions and intuition.
Water, emotions, yeah, I can see that.
And that's linked to the emotional body.
Makes sense.
And then earth embodies stability and grounding.
Earth, grounding.
That's associated with the physical body.
Right, the physical.
And lastly, air represents inspiration and connection to something larger.
Air, inspiration.
And that's linked to the spiritual body.
Okay, I'm starting to get this.
So let's say someone's feeling super anxious and overwhelmed, like they're drowning in their emotions.
Oh, I've been there.
Right. They might have a lot of that water energy,
Yeah.
but they're lacking that grounding of earth.
Ah, so they need more earth energy.
Exactly. They need to find ways to cultivate that earth energy.
Like how?
Well, it could be through routines or setting boundaries or spending time in nature.
So it's like they're building a sturdy foundation to support all that water energy.
Exactly. It's not about eliminating one element.
Right.
It's about finding the right balance for you.
That makes sense.
The key takeaway is that these elements are always interacting,
Mm-hmm.
and they're influencing everything we do.
Okay.
By understanding this interplay, we can become like more conscious creators of our reality.
More conscious creators. I like that.
Right. So we've got these four bodies
Yeah.
and these four elements.
Yeah.
Are you telling me there's more to this code of four?
Oh, there's definitely more.
Okay, well, let's take a breath and unpack what we've discovered so far.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll be back in a flash to uncover even more secrets of the code of four.
Can't wait.
Welcome back. All right, so we've established that we're like multidimensional beings with these four bodies.
Yeah, it's a pretty wild concept when you think about it.
And that they're powered by these four elements.
It's like a whole hidden world operating beneath the surface.
It's a lot to take in, but also kind of exciting. You know?
Oh, absolutely. It means we're not just at the mercy of our circumstances. We can actually, like, shape our reality.
Okay, but how?
Yeah.
How do we actually do that? Do we need to, like, go meditate in a cave for a year?
Uh-huh. No, not necessarily. The source emphasizes practical action. Remember those self-assessments we did earlier?
Yeah, where we rated our four bodies.
That's a great starting point. Let's say you rated your physical body kind of low, like you're feeling sluggish, no energy.
Yeah, been there.
Well, that's a sign you need to cultivate more earth energy, that stability, nourishment.
Okay, so maybe that means like creating a consistent workout routine, getting more sleep, healthier eating habits.
Right. It's about taking concrete steps to ground and support your physical body, and it works the same for the other bodies too.
So if I'm feeling emotionally drained, maybe it's time to set some boundaries, protect my energy.
Exactly. Or if your mental body's feeling foggy, maybe cut back on the doom scrolling, feed your mind something inspiring.
You know, thinking about the emotional body and energy reminds me of something you said earlier about electromagnetism.
Oh, yeah. One of the four forces of the universe.
It's like the force of attraction, right?
Precisely. We're constantly exchanging energy with the world around us.
So like if you're surrounded by negative people all the time, no wonder you're feeling exhausted.
It's not just in your head. There's an actual energy dynamic at play.
Right.
And on the flip side, when you surround yourself with positive, supportive people, you feel energized, uplifted.
Okay, that's super helpful. So maybe one way to align our four bodies is to be more mindful of the energy we're allowing into our lives.
Absolutely. It's not just about the food we eat or the exercise we get. It's about becoming conscious of the energy you're both receiving and emitting.
All right, I'm starting to see how this code of four is like a multi-layered puzzle with each piece connecting to the others.
It's a beautiful system.
But you mentioned there's even more to this code.
Oh yeah, we've just scratched the surface. There's another layer to this framework, and that's the concept of the four directions.
Wait, you mean like north, south, east, west? What do compass directions have to do with any of this?
Well, this source presents them as phases of growth, almost like a cyclical journey we're all on.
Taylor.
They argue that understanding where you are in this cycle can help you navigate life's challenges with more clarity and purpose.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Walk me through this. Which direction is which?
All right, so north represents wisdom and introspection, that inner compass we all have.
Okay, north, inner compass.
It's about connecting to your intuition, seeking guidance from within.
So if I'm feeling lost, unsure of my direction in life, that's a sign I need to tap into north energy.
Exactly. It might be time to slow down, reflect, listen to that inner voice, journaling, meditation, spending time in nature. These are all ways to cultivate north energy.
Got it. What about east?
East is all about new beginnings, fresh starts. It's the energy of spring, awakening to new possibilities.
So if I'm feeling stuck in a rut, like I need a change, that's a sign I need to embrace east energy.
Precisely. It might be time to try something new, step outside your comfort zone, or finally start that project you've been putting off.
This is making me think about that time I quit my corporate job and went backpacking through Southeast Asia.
Oh, wow. Tell me about that.
It was amazing. Looking back, that was totally me tapping into east energy. I was craving a fresh start, a new adventure, and that trip, it completely changed my perspective on life.
That's a perfect example. Sometimes these shifts happen organically, but the Code of Four gives us a framework to understand those shifts and even consciously initiate them.
Okay, so we've covered north and east. What about south?
South is about action, passion, taking bold steps towards your goals. It's the energy of summer, expansion, growth.
So someone who's full of ideas but scared to take action, they might need to tap into south energy.
Yes, it's about overcoming those fears and taking that leap of faith.
This is making me think about fire energy again. Seems like those two are pretty connected.
You're right, they both have that go-getter energy. It's about harnessing your passion and taking decisive action.
All right, last but not least, what about west?
West is the energy of autumn, reflection, and letting go, accepting what is, releasing what no longer serves you, and preparing for a new cycle.
So if someone's holding on to past hurts or refusing to move on from a situation, that's a sign they need to embrace west energy.
Exactly. It's about forgiveness, closure, and creating space for something new to emerge.
You know, now that I think about it, these four directions almost mirror the cycle of a year.
How so?
Like spring is for new beginnings, summer is for taking action, autumn is for reflecting and letting go, and winter is for going inward and seeking wisdom.
That's a beautiful observation. And just like nature goes through this cycle year after year, we too are constantly moving through these different phases.
This whole code of four is blowing my mind. It's like they've given us a map of the human experience,
A guidebook for navigating life.
a way to navigate the ups and downs of life with more, awareness and purpose.
And that's precisely what makes this source so powerful. It's not just about understanding these concepts intellectually. It's about applying them to our lives, using them to create real change.
But how does it all come together? We've got four bodies, four elements, four directions. How do we integrate this into our daily lives? And what about those four forces of the universe? We haven't even touched on those yet.
Don't worry, we're getting there. The beauty of the Code of Four is that it all weaves together to create a cohesive tapestry. And in our next part, we'll explore how to practically apply these concepts and tap into the power of those universal forces.
This is getting me super pumped for part 3. Stick with us. We're about to unlock the next level of this code. All right, so we're back for the grand finale of our deep dive into the Code of Four.
I feel like we've been on quite the adventure.
We've covered so much ground from those four bodies to the four elements and the cyclical four directions.
It's a lot to process.
I gotta admit, my brain's still buzzing,
Yeah, mine too.
trying to put it all together.
It's like we've been given all these amazing tools, but now we need the instruction manual, like how to use them.
Exactly. So where do we go from here? How do we take all this knowledge and actually, make it work for us in our daily lives?
Well, The source emphasizes that this isn't about, like, overnight transformation.
Yeah.
It's about gradual integration.
Gradual.
Weaving these concepts into the fabric of your being day by day.
Okay, so it's not about trying to master everything at once. It's more about finding those, like, entry points.
Yeah, exactly.
Those small changes that can make a big difference over time.
Like, it could be as simple as starting a gratitude practice.
Okay, gratitude.
To cultivate more positivity.
Which ties back to that electromagnetism we talked about.
Right, attracting more good vibes into your life.
Or maybe, like, committing to a daily walk in nature.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
To ground your physical body and reconnect with, the stability of earth energy.
Those are great examples.
I love that. It's choosing one tool from the Code of Four toolbox.
The toolbox.
And seeing how it works for you.
Experimenting.
And then as you get comfortable, you can add more tools, experiment and find what resonates.
Yeah, exactly. This source really encourages that sense of exploration, becoming your own personal alchemist.
Speaking of alchemy, what about those four forces of the universe?
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about those much.
We touched on electromagnetism, but there are three more, right?
That's right.
How do those fit into this whole picture?
Well, they're like the underlying currents that power the entire universe.
Okay.
Including our own lives.
So, like, gravity.
Yeah, gravity, the force that grounds us, literally and metaphorically.
Okay, so if we want to feel more stable and secure in our lives, we need to tap into gravity.
Yeah.
How do we do that? It's not like we can just, increase our gravitational pull.
Right. Think of it more as cultivating that grounded energy within yourself.
Inner gravity.
It's about creating structure and routine in your life, setting boundaries, honoring your commitments.
Structure, boundaries.
So finding that inner stillness amidst the chaos.
So it's not just about our external world, it's about our inner world as well.
Absolutely.
Thoughts, emotions, our sense of self, those all contribute to our sense of groundedness.
It's about finding that balance between the external and the internal, the doing and the being.
Okay, that makes sense.
What about the weak nuclear force?
The weak nuclear force. Okay.
This one might sound a bit intimidating.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's actually quite beautiful.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Break it down for me.
The weak nuclear force governs the process of transformation.
Okay, transformation.
At a subatomic level.
Subatomic, wow.
It's subtle, it's unseen, but incredibly powerful.
Powerful, okay.
In the context of the Code of Four, it's about surrendering to the flow of life.
Surrendering.
Trusting the process even when we don't fully understand it.
So, like, letting go of that need to control everything and allowing things to just unfold naturally.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that sometimes the most profound transformations happen when we surrender to the unknown, embrace the mystery.
That's a powerful concept, especially in a world that often tells us to, like, strive and hustle and be in control.
Right. Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is surrender.
I love that.
And finally, we have the strong nuclear force.
Okay, bring on the strong force. What's this one all about?
This is the force that binds everything together at the core of existence.
The core, okay.
It's the force of unity, of connection, of oneness. In the context of the Code of Four, it's about recognizing our interconnectedness with all things.
So it's about seeing beyond our individual selves, recognizing that we're all part of something much larger.
Exactly. It's about cultivating compassion, empathy, understanding, recognizing the divine spark in every living being.
That's beautiful. And it ties back to that idea that we discussed earlier that we're not just shaping our own reality,
Right.
but we're contributing to the collective consciousness, the evolution of humanity as a whole.
It's like we're all weaving this grand tapestry together, thread by thread.
Wow, I'm getting chills.
And the quality of our threads, our thoughts, actions, intentions, that determines the beauty and the strength of the tapestry.
This whole Code of Four, it's like it's giving us a glimpse into the very essence of existence.
I think so too.
Showing us that we're not just isolated individuals, but interconnected threads in this magnificent web of life.
And that's the ultimate message of the source, the invitation it extends to each of us.
An invitation.
To recognize our power, embrace our interconnectedness, and use this knowledge to create a more beautiful and fulfilling world for ourselves and for future generations.
This has been an incredible journey. I feel like we've been handed the keys to the kingdom.
The keys.
Like we've been given a secret map to unlock our full potential.
Remember, you are the architect of your reality.
The architect.
The blueprint is in your hands.
In our hands.
The power to create a more beautiful and fulfilling world lies within you.
So what will you create? How will you weave your thread into this grand tapestry of life? As we wrap up this deep dive, we invite you to ponder these questions and to embark on your own journey of discovery with the Code of Four. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep creating the reality you want to see.